Spam it like that, jock him up. That's easy though, that's easy. That's just a bit of glass.
Yeah, this man still has some blood stains on it.
It's empty, don't worry about that, it's empty. Got shells in my pocket.
Got about 6, 7 knives right behind me now that could easily kill a person. Just takes 2 seconds to get one out.
As Britain's streets become increasingly violent, how do the kids on the front lines see their world?
Get the fuck out, my hood.
We're taking your head off as well, if you had something to do with it. As long as there's guns on the roads, us lot are going to be able to get hold of them.
You make a weapon out of just sharpening some plastic.
Anywhere sells weapons. You can go to a hardware shop and buy a hammer.
People try taking over your territory, mate, you got to defend it.
Carry a shank and you're gonna use it. Another young life, we're gonna lose it. When the fear takes hold and the best call remain. How long will you play this game? Kids, knives, broken lives.
In the past year, youth-on-youth killings have hit an all-time high, but little has been heard from those at the heart of the problem, the teenagers who increasingly feel they have no choice but to arm themselves every time they leave their homes.
Everyone's carrying one of these, is either this or a gun.
The young people in this film speak for many of the 5 million teenagers living in Britain today.
Watch this.
This is their chance to say why they think Britain's streets are becoming more dangerous and what they believe society can do to limit the rising toll of teenage deaths.
Do you remember the first time you stabbed someone?
Man, it just felt like, well, it was quick and easy. It had a bit of a pull on it. And then the bits like tissue and stuff came out. It wasn't nice. It was just, I paused like flip. I shanked someone. Flipping off. Then I might as well just carry on stabbing him because now I've done it. I'm gonna go to prison or something. Never again am I stabbing someone. It's not a nice feeling. That's disgusting. That's how most people just shoot these days, man. They don't want to get themselves dirty.
Oi. Tooting is in the borough of Wandsworth in South London. Last year there were over 5,000 violent attacks in the borough, 106 of them with guns.
Thanks, man. To me, please. To me. Or she's still up to you.
The rate of violent crime in Tooting is especially high, even by South London standards, and is double the national average. Kieran and Kirk know these streets well and have both been victims of violence.
In this area, the gun crime actually isn't that high.
It's
it
more
still goes on, but it isn't as high as a knife crime. Around here, the knife crime is more higher. There's a lot of stabbings, you know, people get stabbed up on buses, on the street, you know, there's people who will just walk by police officer and see the next person next to them and still stab them in the chest and then go for a runner. You know, I remember when I was like 6, I got stuck up for a scooter. You know, stuff around here is pretty mad. Gets mad sometimes. Sometimes you have your days where it's blessed.
And sometimes you have days which is bad, and you just...
Then you have your days where you just walk out your house and you just see all-out war in the streets. Just stupidness.
Back it, Gil, back it! Oh, shit. What?
Oh, man. Oh, I'm getting banged, bro.
I've been stabbed by a penknife, like the ones that you get attached to keys before, where I got jumped in straight on by 4 guys in Chicken Cottage. But as always, it just happens anywhere. It could be in a shop, it can be on a bus, it can be anywhere nowadays.
But people do love those really nice looking ones, what you just
Flick
press
out,
the button
flick
and they
out
flick out, you know.
But
Those are nice and they're kind of pretty.
But the most common one is like the basic small kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Come. When we're off the camera, come round the corner. Whose bike is this? Whose bike is it? Do you want to take that in? Do you want to take that in? What's that? Do you want to take that in?
The government's trying to stop all the knife crime and everything. They can't stop the knife crime because you mean to tell me a little kid can't go in and get his mum's knife that she cooks dinner with and go out on the road and stab someone?
The army have their barracks where they got all their weapons. Teenagers have their kitchens where they got all their knives. So if I go in here, I've got about, say, 4. Got more in there as well. It's just that easy to pick up a knife. All you got to do is just pick up one smaller, like that, put them back in, just go, put it in your pocket and hide it properly. Some people tape it to their legs, some people do this, some people do that, but it's just that easy, because could you see that I've got a knife on me?
This is my weapon! See? Example, anything's a weapon, even people!
Come here, bruv.
Can't stop weapons.
Weapons are too hard, too easy to get hold of. Anything's a weapon. I could go up to that fence and rip a piece of wood off. That's a weapon.
But you should be able to put an age restriction on a knife.
There is an age restriction. It's an 18.
Yeah, but you can still get one.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly, so there ain't really an age restriction then, is there?
Oh, you shanked me, fam. Shank, man. Give me my face.
Kids just go to shops and buy knives. They never ask. Money's money, man. They got the merchandise, you got the pounds. They ain't asking nothing.
You actually shanked me.
I know my friends that have knives and guns. It would be so easy for me to get one. I'll just ask them, but I wouldn't do that. It's only if I got threatened, for like, if I got stabbed or something.
People just think, fuck it. I'ma shank him up. Yeah. When someone gets a little bang in their face and they get all upset, I'ma burst him. They go in their hype, make the phone call, get the weapon, and they go off and do their business. Or they go into the house, get a shank from the kitchen, run outside, chase the person down, stab them up, joke them up a few times. You know, weapons are common, man, especially with younger people as well, people around my age group. And like, I've seen kids come up to me with knives and stuff. Like, I remember one of the 8-year-olds came up to me saying, oh, look at this knife, do you want to buy it?
Look at this guy with his plank of wood, bruv. Watch out, blood. Hey, look at this, watch this trick, bruv, watch this trick. Lamy, watch this trick. Let me show you a trick, bruv. What are you saying now, blood? I just let go of your hand so you don't get splinter. There you go, you're learning, bruv, you're learning. Quick movement.
You're weak, man. You gotta start.
With a knife, you feel everything. If it hits a bone, like if you stab someone in the rib, like, pow, it stops. So you can actually feel it on the rib. So whatever that knife touches, you're gonna feel it in some form. Yeah, you're gonna feel something, oh no man, it's just nasty talking about it as well. Oh, disgusting. Because anyone can shoot anyone. The gun, once you get the gun there, you just have to squeeze. But when you get a knife, you need to actually get up and close and personal. And that is another thing that some people are not even ready for, man. That's just, it's not the one, man.
In the 12 months to April this year, there were 218,000 violent crimes reported in London, one every 2.5 minutes. Over a similar period, New York, a city with a slightly larger population, recorded just 80,000 violent crimes, making New York almost 3 times safer. Across the UK, a violent crime is reported every 30 seconds, and the young people in this film from Birmingham, Manchester and Preston all said that carrying a weapon was now part of everyday life. Bradford in West Yorkshire is a city of just under 500,000 people. There were over 10,000 crimes of violence reported last year, close to the national average. But even here, many young people report weapons are becoming commonplace.
There are shops in Bradford city centre, Leeds city centre, anywhere you go that sell bladed weapons, offensive weapons that for as little as £10 you can get yourself a nice machete. Stuff that you don't even see in army surplus stores like Gurkha knives and proper, I don't know, stuff that would do serious damage if you took it to somebody's arm or bare skin, man. It's going straight through your arm, no problem. And it's just the fact that you can walk in without any ID.
It's not you when you've got a knife in your hand. You're a person with a knife. You're not just whoever you are. You're a guy with a weapon that could kill you, that could kill a person. So it's like that power thing. I think people want that power for themselves. And a gun, a knife, a machete, a baseball bat, even a brick can give you power over someone if you use it in the right way.
People carry koshes nowadays, man. Police koshes, proper high quality kosh, train hammers, bus hammers. Anything, man, anything that people can get their hands on for cheap, that's all it is.
We've had bare stupid things, haven't we, man? Samurai swords, double-ended knives. Fucked, haven't we, man? Stainlesses. So I'm on about, we had samurais walking around town with samurais down as tops. That was fucked, yeah.
If you were to film like all day through here, I swear to God, you get enough people coming through here. Fucking hell, man. I don't know, about 7 out of 10 of them would have some kind of weapon on them.
Everything's a weapon, man. If you can get hold of it, you're going to use it, aren't you? It's just plain and simple. That's how we see it anyway.
Did you carry weapons?
Yeah, I've carried weapons. Everyone has. It's not all of us have. It's just a thing, innit? It's that one crew thing, and it was just to protect yourself as well, man. Just you knew it were there. If you got into danger, you knew where it were.
There's no way you're gonna get people to stop carrying knives. Not the way they're sold. You drove past that shop with us earlier, and you seen what they sold. Any of us now could go in there with his little £10 and just buy a big, shiny fucking sword that's sharp as anything you're gonna get in a butcher's shop.
I'm not gonna stand like a little pussy. I'm just standing there and doing fuck off. Man, I'm gonna chop man up.
The next, mate, the next.
Fuck that, G.
Knives aren't what I worry about, really, because the people I know, it's not knives their choice of weapon. It used to be, but the youngers it is nowadays. The youngers I know, they still carry knives, but the older man I know, they've chose to get themselves a nice, I don't know, a nice gun, man, a nice something in the house, keep it up in the loft, just in case it's needed, man. Keep it in the wheel arch of your car. Police don't find it there. Simple handgun, you can get that, just someone selling one just on the street saying, oh, I've got a gun if anybody wants one. £100, but that's been used, that, definitely. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll take that off your hands. It's a bargain, innit? Someone that can kill someone for what, 100 quid? Fuck that, man.
The owner, but it's still dirty. Tenner for a round, it just takes one. The cost of dying is going down. The cost of dying is going down.
If a nigga goes for fists, the next nigga will go for a bat. If that nigga brings a bat, next nigga's bringing a shank. If that nigga brings a shank, next nigga's bringing a gun.
If man need the strap's there.
Strap's in the boot.
Yeah, it's in the boot.
Because nobody's walking around with a gun unless they're going to spray someone there and then. Because niggas don't pull this shit out for fashion. They pull it out to do it.
Exactly.
Because if you buy a strap cheap, it's not going to be clean though, blood. It's going to have murders on it.
Exactly.
That's why.
Then when you get caught with that, you could have that on you one day and feds pull you, whatever. Exactly. And you've got that on you, and what, you're going down for murder because of what? Because your strap won't clean and.
You can hire straps. You can hire them for a day.
Listen, you can hire. One of your friends might sell guns, and you might go to him and say, "Listen, I need it, man.
Well, then you
I
get
need
it
it,"
for free,
and they
then.
give you it.
Kids, yeah, knives, broken lives. The cost of dying is going down. Kids, yeah, knives, broken lives.
The most stupid thing I've ever seen sold or available for sale is grenades. Actual fucking grenades, man. That £2 for £150. That's it. Grenades, man. I swear to God, what? Pull print out of that and chuck it through someone's letterbox. What's that doing? That's a terrorist attack. That's not crime.
All I can say is the life that we live ain't nice. You might not like it. We're used to it. You're not. You get me? Stick with what you do.
So some people actually just think about guns 24/7. I mean, when I was in secondary school, people just walked around with knives and hammers. But then when I left for college, then there were tasers, batons, even stun guns. Then like now, there's like revolvers, there's Glocks, shotgun, Mac 10, 3.8 baby Mac. You got Wessons, you got Star 9s and a few Magnums. Anyone that wants to try it with you, you just have to cut back, release that safety and let go. And you can't give a little kid, you know, the responsibility of what an older guy used to do, even if it was wrong. You can't give him that responsibility because he's not going to be able to handle it properly. He's just going to do whatever he wants. And then there's going to be even more crazy murders.
I'm packing it, mate. I'm packing it. Yeah, get the barrel on the camera, mate. Get the barrel on the fucking camera, mate. Make it look down golden brown. That's for you, mate. Look at straight down it, mate.
It's all about money and pride. Not letting no fucker step all over me.
If I load this up now, yeah? Pop 2, 3 at the camera, yeah? Let's get that camera turned off now, yeah? Let's get the fuck out of it before I bust shot you as well now, yeah? And fuck the police, mate. Get the fuck out of here now, G. Get the fuck out of here.
I didn't even pull it out of my towel.
In the last 2 weeks of May, police seized almost 200 knives and other weapons from young people in London.
You don't want to do that, I've got a big bat. I see your head, snap it like a Kit Kat, bitch.
Many young men are choosing to arm themselves.
Chop him up inside, twist it after that. Rah, it's done.
And one justification repeatedly emerges.
People don't feel safe. People don't feel safe and they have to protect themselves.
The fear will just drive them into holding a weapon.
Some people carry knives because they're scared of people carrying knives. It's just like escalation.
You need a weapon to protect yourself because everyone else is carrying a weapon.
If someone comes up with a knife, you can just pull out your one. And hopefully it's bigger, so they're more scared. But at the end of the day, you don't carry one because someone else is carrying one. You carry it for your own protection.
With 59 young people murdered last year, fear is understandable. Paul Arahan, a 14-year-old stabbed to death in North London, chose not to carry a weapon. His cousin believes that choice cost him his life.
If he had a shank on him or something, I don't think it would have went as far as like what happened. Like he wouldn't be able to defend himself, like fight them off. Because he wasn't protected, they took advantage. See what I'm saying? If you do get caught slipping, what will keep you protected? Like what should you carry? Like, what does people carry? Like your age now, if someone rushed you, what do you think would happen to you while you're getting rushed? What would you be watching out for?
Shank.
Like a shank, see what I'm saying? That's what they carry to protect themselves. I won't say he carries one directly, but I'll say if he had 10 friends with him now, probably 4 of them will have one on them. Not because they want to be rolling with a knife, but protection, innit?
The areas in London anyway, they're like split out by postcode. So you've got Peckham, which is SC15, Brooklyn, which is SC1, Ghetto, which is SC14, and it goes further into like towards Bromley. And wherever you reside, wherever you live, you stay in that area. If you leave that area and you happen to walk into the wrong person on the wrong day, you know, you're likely to get into a conflict, and most of the time it turns bloody. For instance, look at this road we're on now. We're on Brooklyn. On this road, we've got this bus now. The people that are going to be on this bus are either going to be from Peckham or Brooklyn or Ghetto. If you happen to get off the bus and you're not from this area, and someone from this area saw you, they will notice that you're new here, meaning that's going to be a conflict. And then if you don't want to get injured, you don't want to get hurt, you're hostile from the beginning. So obviously you see them, you're going to be like, who are you, what are you doing here? Then it gets a bit aggressive, and then that's how sometimes it's over-exaggerated because obviously these kids are emotional. They don't know how to handle themselves. So it's a day-to-day struggle.
If you go around it, you get punched up.
Why would I get punched up?
Because they're not all Aki.
But then, exactly, I'm Aki, so would they punch me up?
They're not all Aki.
The little one, Aki. Do you want to come with me then? Come.
The two teen boys don't think of themselves as a gang, but they do spend most of their time on the streets together. and everyone is clear about which parts of Tooting are safe and which are not.
I've known Adam
14
years from primary school, going up together. Known Dexter through Kieran.
A lot of people don't really come off their set roads nowadays. Got people who are always moving, just instead of staying in one spot because they can't do it, 'cause it's too dangerous.
As in, like, if you're just with one person and you're going to another area, something's more likely to happen to you because you're just by your ones. Like, but if you're with more people, then something's less likely to happen to you.
With us, like, we feel safest on like 5 set roads because we know people and we have people who live on there that we also know. If we stay on these roads here, at least we know that if something does happen, everyone's in close contact and it's like not even 2 minutes before you've got help arriving.
There isn't really a choice on the road no more. You're either with people or things end up happening, innit? If you ain't got no one to back you, then it looks like you're gonna live a life of scaredness and shit like that. Because if you're on your own, it's harder.
Back when I was in like year 7, year 8, there used to be like 2 gangs. Now there's hundreds of them. There used to be only 2 big gangs around these areas. And now they've all like, one of them's gotten bigger, one of them's died, and all of them have like spread out, made new ones, and all new bigger ones have come up, and they're all just attacking everyone.
Gangs is basically peer pressure. One man says, yeah, I'm starting this gang, you come in it. And then he comes in it.
Well, some people will think, you know what, I fed up of being a neat. You know, I want my glory in the street now. That's what I want, my glory in the street. How comes I see this guy in the street getting all these money? How's he getting his money? I see him with all these guns. I want a gun. You know, I see him with all the girls. I want a couple of girls. You know, that's another thing. Jealousy and peer pressure. You know, that's what creates those gangs.
Plaistow is in the borough of Newham, East London. In the last 12 months, the rate of violent attacks here has been almost 2.5 times the national average,
Look at these feds.
with over 20 violent crimes reported every day across the borough.
Across the road, man. Green bandana basically stands for the front line of Plaistow, Green Gate, innit?
We're not like these other guys that are wearing red and blue
we don't
from
do
America.
red or blue.
Like,
No.
we're in England, innit?
Yeah.
We've done our own thing, innit?
We ain't really got places we can't go, like deadlines and none of that, because we're all affiliated.
No one's restricted really on places to go, do you get what I'm saying? No one's restricted, it's just the ends
It's just
really.
like certain people can't come here, that's what it is. We can't go, we can go wherever we want, but certain people can't come here.
You just see mad things and think, yeah, I need to be like that.
Yeah. To have respect, it all boils down to respect and loyalty. Like, they're the main things.
When you see all these people like bred in your elders, they're getting all this respect, all the girls, everything, you get me? That's where you want to be. So that's how it is sometimes.
Respect's important.
Very important. If you ain't got respect, what have you got? If you haven't got respect, what have you got? You need respect. How you get it, whatever, but you need respect.
I mean, it's a rusty axe, cutting man, it's infecting man. 5 man, it's not a problem. 10 man, it's not a problem. You sing this, one guy's head goes, every man's blowing.
This is our bandanas, black and white. SNT, ODT.
Look, when we get stabbed, it's mainly when we're outnumbered.
Oh, it's cuz.
We're outnumbered when we get stabbed or get hurt.
This is what I got into it. Before that, I was a good boy going to sixth form, doing my own thing, studying. But then after that, after they do this, I want to get them back. Each one of us, when we went to our primary school, secondary school, we used to get bullied. We don't want that to happen to our kids. We want them to be fighters, like.
That's why we make our name so that our kids don't get touched in future, innit?
We'll back each other in it. Our next group touches my boy, that's me jumping in, you get me? Everyone jumps in.
Yeah, but we're friends, innit? At the end of the day, we're all friends. Like, we'll all have
family, man. It's family, it's family.
The principle is very basic. We protect what we feel is ours. And fair enough, yeah, we have no right to do that, but some people feel this means more to them than anything else in the world. You've got to do a lot of craziness to be respected out here. To get respected out here isn't easy, man. Sometimes you've got to take certain guys out. Sometimes you've got to carry certain things. Sometimes you've got to be in situations that you don't even want to be in, yeah, just for the sake of it. People want to shoot, we're like, bruv, I'm a gangbanger. I got the straps, I got the guns, I do this, I do that. They're gonna be like, all right then, bad boy. Let's see your guns. Let's see your gun. Let's see it now. You know, real life situation. That's how it is. Cause these kids sometimes they come out with some mad talk, some mad flow, and then before you know it, there's a murder, there's a stabbing.
This is one thing I've got to say to people that try to get into this and are not loyal. All they're gonna see at the end of the day is one of these.
Straight through the head.
If you're coming into range, yeah, you're getting the shit. Yeah, you want to bring the heat.
This is Gunchester all the way, mate. This is what you're going to be seeing
Want to
here.
bring the heat? Make sure you bring heat with your fire with fire, mate.
Self-defense is the first reason any youth will give for carrying and using weapons. But every fight is started by someone, and when a group get together on the street, outsiders can easily become targets of aggression.
I don't know, potential victim potentially can't protect themselves as well as other people, might look a certain way. It might not even be their fault, it could be purely accidental, but if they look at someone the wrong way or maybe scuff the front of the trainers by walking past, it could be something as simple as that starts an altercation, and it's just, I think people tend to go for the people that don't look as though they can defend themselves, look a lot weaker.
Come and know, and then the man they won't beef, then come and get some, I get smashed like Richard Hammond, any bitch, all of them. Snitch get hammered when I switch, just the man like a bitch get banger, yo.
Obba is trying to make a career out of his experiences on the street through music. But he also blames popular culture for encouraging some of the aspirations that can lead to crime and violence.
So many people grow up on music videos and movies that everything's a dream to them. They think that they can grow up and be actors, and they think that everybody's got that star quality. I mean, stuff like X Factor, simple stuff like that, shows like that make people think that everybody can be a star and everybody has got that special thing that makes people detached from the fact that you are going to have to get a job, get a mortgage, have kids, pay your life insurance and die. And that's, I think kids don't want to accept that, and it's just, I don't know, if they pick up weapons and it removes them from what their life should be like to more like what they see on TV, movies, music videos.
And it's sort of, I don't give a fuck, I'm gangster, I'll do this then, and I'll do that, I'll just rob a bank, and when I come out I'll have nice money sat there. Talking like it's easy, like it's an easy thing to do, like it's Grand Theft Auto. That's how really they're talking, like it's Grand Theft Auto. Like they can run up to a car and just say, yo, pull me all your money out, and it's all over and done with. That's what a lot of kids look to as well. They see that sort of gangster stuff there, and they think, yeah, I want to be like that.
It's nice to be loved, but if someone fears you, it lasts a lot longer because they know that you'll always be able to get them. If someone loves you, you know what I mean, it can be easily changed, man. It can be easily, that love can go, man. You can do something wrong and then they don't love you no more. But
the thing is,
people know that if they get that respect through fear, that they'll always be that bad man. They'll always be, even if they never make it, even if they're always unemployed, even if they end up with 8 kids to different girls, they're always going to go back to that area where they were raised, where they proved themselves, and they're always going to be something.
Yo, don't sleep in the blacked out woman, got a bit of a phone, one sort of on by the food. Yeah, a little bit of a, I like this moment, you know, I'm not going to chat nothing over this, speaking it. I like this, and then as soon as that drops in, yo.
Everything we're shown, yeah, on TV shows us that we all have to be the top dog. To be someone in this world, you have to have money, you have to have a nice car or a nice yard. Now, if you're from an estate where you feel like you're never going to make that from a job, then you're going to do what you can do to make yourself the top dog.
If you come at someone in the street and say, give me your phone, they're going to argue with you, pull a knife out and say, give me your phone. They'll pull it out and they'll give you it straight away, which that's manipulative, obviously, because you've just took it from them. And it's just there. It's just quick and easy. That's why a lot of people use knives as well.
The thing is, if you're at 13, yeah, you can't even work yet. You can't even get, all you can get is a paper round, something stupid. Selling drugs, robbing people, that is a way of getting money. It's obviously illicit means, but that is the fastest way of getting money. If you see a guy walking down the street with a brand new Nokia phone, take that to a phone shop in Bradford, they're going to reflash it and give you 120 quid for it. You can go out and 9 to 5 it, you can work for the money and you can pay for it, or go out, rob a phone and get it that same day.
Or sell crack all day and make a grand, you know what I mean? Get a car in one day. You know, it's
that's what I mean. You can pick up profit in excess of a small family car in one day.
With an average of 6 knife attacks a day, Manchester is second only to London for knife crime. So it's not surprising that the gangs who sell drugs on the streets carry weapons. though they say it's late-night drunks rather than other criminals who pose the greatest threat.
Drinkers, right? That's a cause. That's a big cause for violence. Drink. Should smoke more weed, man, because it relaxes you. Do you know what I mean? Drink just makes you what I think you're 10 men. And plus this 24-hour drinking now. People are drinking till 4 or 5 in the morning, going out looking to fight and stab people. You don't have to know sniff, lads. You don't have to know sniff.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, yo, girls, you take sniff. It's not all take sniff to smoke weed.
Take sniff to get it off me.
Yo, you get the shit off me, man. I've got the pucker shit. Use different weapons all the time. Anything and everything. Other people have different weapons, so we have different weapons. It's good to have a choice as well, though, really, innit? Some days you might feel like pulling out a nice, small little samurai or something, a mini one. Next day you might want a meat cleaver, feel like chopping someone. My most popular weapon, I love jagged edges, because I like to twist.
The streets are cold because of drugs. Drugs, once you get drugs and you get people, you get the two to mix, that's it. There's going to be violence. You've got some people that conflict with other dealers, they're shooting, things are happening. They've also got to think about the customer. If they've not got money on that day to survive, to get a score, they're willing to go to extreme lengths. I know quite a few big people that have been stabbed up by just little mans who just wanting a score, you know what I mean? Things gone wrong, shit happens. It's a cold world, man.
These eyes, man, these eyes have seen a lot of killings, and I know it's just the beginning. Summertime's coming. It's crazy, man. There's been mad killings, and it's not over. People coming out of prison this year, and a lot of people, you know, they go into the streets with probably revenge on their mind. And you know how you know the saying of revenge. When you're gonna revenge or avenge, dig 2 graves, one for yourself, and that's how it goes. People older than me, in fact, I know guys that have been killed older than me by a little kid that's like 15, that don't even know how to handle a gun. There's no rules no more. Back in the days, those rules, man. Now there's like, it's one of them ones. And you think to yourself, flip, you call this life? This is death out here, boy.
On May 10th, 16-year-old Jimmy Mizzen became the 26th teenager to be murdered this year after he was stabbed in a bakery in East London.
Him being murdered, it's just, that's what's the most shocking thing. Jimmy, of all people.
I think it's getting out of control, to be honest. There's too many youths dying.
Man, it's all confusing. It's all confusing. Nowadays, bloods, everything's a weapon. This is my life, money for violence. Seen them come and go. Oh, they say they've been there and done that. Young son of follow that. Kids' knives, broken lives, I can feel it.
In Bradford, Ubba and Dorsey are about to perform in front of a large audience for the first time.
Well, we are performing for the young guns under 18s.
West Yorkshire breakdancing championships.
Yeah. First one in the country, first one ever, so it's a bit nerve-wracking.
This competition is an attempt to refocus kids' energy away from weapons and confrontation and onto the dance floor.
Today, the young guns are going to be doing b-boy battles. The weaponry is coming from within and your physical movement, yeah? That's why we're calling it the young guns, the young terrors, the new terror of this new generation of b-boys and girls coming up.
Until people started telling me I had a talent in music, I didn't really care. I was
walking on road with knives, knuckle dusters. I was willing to do. It wasn't because I wanted to hurt people. I wanted people to think that I was a good person. And, well, not a good person, but you know what I mean? I wanted respect. I wanted people to want to be my friend. People want to be around me. I didn't want to just be another sheep. I wanted to be a wolf. I wanted people to follow me. And
the thing is, over the years, you've learned, you know better now.
I've learned to have a conscience. Back in the day, I didn't really care. And I think there's a lot of parents that don't really realise what the kids are like out on road.
What the kids are capable of,
Two different people altogether. Some man are on the street, you know, and you have an alter ego, alias, a nickname, you know what I mean? People see you as a different kind of character. You get home. Like, my friends won't see me as caring and shit like that, but my family see me as a caring person, and they'd be shocked to hear some of the things I've done in the past, you know what I mean? But people might look at this child as a 13-year-old nephew or granddaughter or that's somebody's son, you know what I mean? But really, when they're out there, people are seeing them as hoodies and thugs, and I don't think the families really realise how bad it's got.
Okay, yo, so if you're feeling how I speak, turn the volume up and sit back. I've been saying for so long.
A well-known local anti-knife campaigner, Pat Regan, founder of Mothers Against Violence, was supposed to be speaking at the competition, but on the day, she failed to turn up. Pat Regan's body was found that night with multiple stab wounds. A 20-year-old youth has been charged with her murder.
I say all you men have a race down the hill and back. You men are on back. You gotta give us a 2-second head start. You guys gotta give us a. You gotta give us a 2-second head start, and I guarantee I'll pack every single one of you, everyone. I'll beat you all down the hill.
I need an ankle swinging now.
Wait. Go, 1, 2. No,
Scotland Yard reports that the murder rate of victims under 20 has tripled in the last 3 years. And in an operation launched after the murder of Jimmy Mizzen in May, the Met stopped and searched over 4,000 youths. But the kids on the streets feel that stop and search and knife amnesties make little difference in the long term.
People don't care about getting stopped and searched. Before you see the police come, you throw your weapons, obviously. It's not, you don't be dumb and keep them on you. You don't keep them on your person.
Who's really going to walk into a police station and hand his knife in? I don't think so, because I know I would not do that. Now, that knife amnesty, what it does, yeah, it makes someone vulnerable. Because someone that's been carrying a knife before, that decides, okay, I'm going to give up this knife, change my life, new leaf, everything, and he puts in the police station. Because he put his knife or gun in the amnesty thing, he's a target, an open target for someone that does not want to put the knife away. If you haven't got a knife, then what are you really going to do? How far are you going to run when someone's got a gun? Just because you stopped it doesn't mean someone else will stop it. That's the problem out here.
The only real way of stopping it is making the people believe that they don't need the knife, not how to stop them getting access. You've got to make them think that they don't need the knife and not want the knife. That's the only real solution.
To make that happen, the influence of teenagers on the young children around them is critical.
Olders are over 16 or 18. Underneath 17, you'd be classed as younger.
And underneath 13, you're classed as tiny.
Yeah.
In our thing, we're the olders. He's my younger, innit? You're my younger, innit?
Some of the elders just teach you bad stuff like
some of the elders protect you, but they do bad stuff.
Robbing shops or just cussing people,
into a shop, put something in their pocket,
or trying to beat people up.
Burst me.
We're trying to teach them the good ways, but they think because we're doing bad, they should do bad, and we see them doing some silly stuff which will get them in trouble.
I'm not getting shot by a paintball gun, you dumb.
Say that again.
When it's coming back, it's going to the shop. They're going to beat up someone.
Hey, hold on, come here, right? Let's sort this out now, because I'm fed up with this street.
You work out Harvard?
I thought it was squashed anyway. So I went to see what the beef is, yeah?
Fucking, yeah, carry on, Chucky. Let's sort this out real quick.
Kieran told me, yeah, he was going to hit Danny with a hammer.
I never known you to come out the house with a hammer. Your cousin was like that.
I came out of the house with a hammer because he said there was beef.
Oh, so you actually never went to hit him, it was Chunky? You never actually
I never even pulled it out of my trousers, bro.
Nothing.
Then it's squashed now, isn't it?
Yeah. So, basically...
Shut up! No one's starting nothing, man.
Your phone. At the end of the day, so now we know it's squashed, yeah? So we don't need to worry about nothing, we're all cool, fuck it. Done. Thief just got deadled.
It's the parents' fault. If you let your 10-year-old out when out on the street when they're 10, it's just like getting them into badness. It's getting them to do crimes. Because they'll bump into people like us, and they'll look up at us, and then they'll see what we're doing, and they'll try and do it, and then it'll just turn worse. We can't stop what we're doing just to stop the youngers from learning shit. We can't stop them.
I don't blame my parents at all, and I don't blame any other parents, because parents do. My mum grounded me for months and I'd jump out a window. My dad grounded me for months and I'd jump out a window. They'd tell me, they'd send me away. They did a lot of things to try to stop it. So obviously, people say, oh, your parents are a bad influence and bad that, and your parents should have done this. But if it were their kids, they wouldn't be saying that on the other hand either, if they'd have known how hard my mum and dad had tried with me, you know what I mean?
No one else can be more special than your mum. That's the only person you've got to worry about.
I would say the same thing. Yeah, I say the same thing. Yeah, I do say the same thing. But the only reason I'm not mentioning my dad in this is because I don't know the full. And that's another thing, how crime starts as well.
When dads aren't around.
When dads aren't around.
If you're out on the streets and you come home and your parents aren't even home every day, and you just got the free roam of the roads, really, that's when the streets takes over, because that's where you live. You don't live at home, you live on the streets, because that's what you're used to, you know what I mean?
If you're a single parent, and say that single parent's working, right, that single parent's got to think about her career,
son doing
that parent's career, and how their child's doing. Or when I go out to work, is my child getting up and going to school? What's he doing on the street? Is he drug dealing?
Is he
doing gun crime? Is he doing knife crime?
That's why it's better having two parents around. Because at least if one's at work, the other one can be around to see if the kid's doing okay.
Give up. Fucking give up. Give up.
In the last year, there have been 10,000 knife crimes reported in London, and more than 10 people a day have been arrested for possession of a sharp instrument. Teenage males are by far the most likely to become victims of violence, and the least likely to report it, but they are just as keen as adults to reduce the number of guns and knives on the streets.
Oh, my damn kneecap. People should need a license to sell fucking blades, do you know what I mean? How can you go online for your little £50, you can get a proper replica sword that is sharpened enough to go out and do damage, yeah, and that's just over the internet.
Get parents to put a lock on the kitchen drawer.
Either we have one gun or no guns, because we don't need all of these different guns.
But who has to have a gun on them? Dealers. Should just legalise drugs.
But what?
Legalise drugs. So no, it's on the levels. If they legalise drugs, yeah, there'll be no dealers. And what do all dealers have? Straps.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then if there's no dealers, yeah, because basically, who tries to always bump you? Dealers. So if they legalise it, like go for a coffee and buy some crow, it'll be sweet. There'll be no guns.
The new generation that are still coming, the people in primary school, the people who just start in secondary school to the first half of secondary school, those are the people that they've got to start concentrating on now before they get influenced into ending up like us.
I saw these pictures of stab wounds and stuff, and it shocked me about what could happen. And basically, I think they should show them to year 7 so that people stop rolling with the knives and guns and stuff. But they should stick that in schools and let every kid see it.
And they're showing demonstrations on TV of people getting stabbed and that. That's just going to hype more people to want to... It looks cool, man, yeah, running off on CTV. Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, you need to see what happens to you when you kill somebody and you go to prison for 25 years or whatever.
No, but then you're moving in another direction, like people are saying.
People don't think that they're going to be punished. People don't think that they're going to get caught. People don't think it's going to happen to them, you know what I mean? They never realise until it happens, so...
I hope to one day join the Metropolitan Police so I can stop some of the stuff that's going through it, because I personally have had to go through random jump-ins, being pulled up with a weapon, stuff like that, and I don't want to see all these next youths having to go through it as well.
People need to look at it further. It's not good enough that we're just getting this little interview now, you know what I mean? It's not good enough. People should be, I don't know, if it's more police, if it's people understanding different communities and different people better so they can work with them, then something needs to be done, and it's always going to continue like this, because I don't really feel safe when I'm about, and I'm a grown man. So
the thing is though, by putting it on the news and saying, oh, so-and-so's being stabbed, the percentage of this, statistics, that, all you're doing is analysing the situation. You're not actually putting anything into motion to change anything. You're just analysing what's happening and spreading the fear. That's all that's happening at the moment.
Wrong place, wrong time, you might get stabbed. The streets call your name, another life's lost. This is what you always know. Kids, knives, broken lives.
Give up! Give up! It's like a DNA for us now. Gun street, knife street. How it goes hand in hand. It's not going to take a day. It's not going to take a year. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to take a lot of angry faces. And I'm not, to be honest with you, I don't know who to start with, the youngsters or the olders, because you want to be able to catch them at the bud, but then you want to also catch the people above them so that they don't infiltrate and get through to the youngers.
You can be stabbed anywhere. Not good. Too many teenagers and stuff are getting killed.
Ike Nemezu died after 3 youths attacked him in North London in February. An 18-year-old has been charged with his murder. Ike was one of 32 teenagers who have died violently so far this year.
You know, like, you lose friends. I mean, I lost 2 friends this year, but I never thought I'd lose my brother. People die all the time, but you never think it comes so close. When it starts coming to your area, you start thinking, wow, like, you know, like death is real. And then when it hits you so close, like a brother, it's like, it just goes to show that anything can happen to anybody.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in the sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life. Amen.
Another life's lost, this is what you always know. Kids, knives, broken lives. Another life's lost, this is what you always know. Kids, knives, broken lives. Kids, knives, broken lives. What kids, knives, broken lives.
All I know is that my mum and people her age would have never thought about doing what we do now. Through speaking to these people, I don't think you'll have discovered a way, one effective way that you can stop knife crime or any kind of weapons on the street. It's not something that can be tackled by government or anything like that. It's a whole society, community.
It don't come from one thing, does it?
It's impossible, man, unless everybody's willing to make a difference. It's like recycling, man. Unless everyone's willing to make a difference, it's not going to happen. Same with this. If not everybody's willing to pile in, it's never going to happen, not a chance. People don't care anymore, that's all it is, man. It's just in this day and age, yeah, all you care about is yourself.
Another life's lost, the streets call your name. Another life's lost, the streets call your name. This is my flag, blue, red and green talk with new slangs, new way of speaking is real around here. Post-war conflicts, wrong place, wrong time, you might get stabbed. The streets call your name, another life's lost. This is what you always know. Kids